Hello, everybody. Hope you're well. Hello on Instagram. How are you all? Say hello where you are tuning in from. Hello, Elle on YouTube. Let me see. Make sure this is a little bit higher. I think this is where it should be. How are you all? Now, let me just quickly put the music down a bit and pop the comments so that somewhere we can see it. Hello if you're on Instagram. Hi, I'm Marianne, and if you are watching on YouTube, hello. Claire is just jumping on quickly to say hi and how much I love your videos. Super late here in the UK, so I'll watch tomorrow. Yes, come back and watch tomorrow, and have a good little sleep. Well, big sleep. And Elle is in New England getting ready for rain and snow. Ooh, rug up. And of course, if you are watching on Instagram, make sure you say hello there as well. If there is anything that you can help me out, if the comment section is covered wherever you're watching this on, let me know. We want to make sure, well, I want to make sure that you are having the best experience ever. So as the title suggests, I'm actually going to be updating my AM routine task card. So a task card essentially is just a little prompt that you will have as part of your planner stationery. This idea was inspired by Maddie Plans of Instagram. And so essentially the way this works, let me see if I can show you some of my other, where did I put my other task cards? Okay. So I have different task cards. So all it is, I have little prompts on each of these sticky note flags on the things I need to do for the day, whether it's morning routine, afternoon routine, evening routine, especially if it's a routine that is new to me. I haven't, it's not habitual yet. I haven't repeated it enough times that I can remember exactly what I need to do. So for today, I'm going to be updating my morning routine because I have swapped things around. I'm going to be moving my workout routine because I have not been very good with it. I am moving it in the morning when I have the energy instead of leaving it in the afternoon or in the evening when I have lost all the energy and the motivation to do any type of workout. So this is pretty much what I have at the moment is the mood log. So I've got that mood log. I do my meditation using my Headspace app, so that's still there. I read and I learn, so whether I'm reading a book or learning my online course, I need to do my workout right after that and then have breakfast. What is that one? Engage and update my content on Instagram and YouTube after the night before, and then do my AM skincare. Now I'm going to be redoing it only because the label maker that created this is a different one from what I'll be using today, because I have run out of the clear tape for the one that made this. I'm going to redo it all. So while you're here, I want to make sure that I do the best I can. If you go read the description on my YouTube channel, I'll make sure once I finish the live stream that I update the caption of the full tutorial on how to make these do-it-yourself task card. So I'll explain as much as I can along the way, but please, on YouTube, in the description, I have the link to the full video showing you exactly how to make this yourself using laminated sheet. If you don't have a laminator, your kids, especially if you've got kids and all their toys have all these different plastic sheetings or plastic covering, but anything that's plastic that is sturdy will really work. Now I'm going to put my handheld fan because I am getting quite warm. I'll put it right away away. Oh, of course, it's run out of battery. I put it away from me so then you can't hear the fan. So do bear with me. But you can, like I said, you can use any plastic sheeting that you have in your house. And the way I cut this is I cut it so then it is the size of a credit card or a store card. So all you got to do is grab yourself one of your cards. So I've got a store card here, measure the size and then trim it to size, either using a paper trimmer or being very, very careful, a craft knife and something to protect your desk or your table. But just so then that way, if it is a credit card size or a store size and you have your planner pocket, you can put it in there nicely and it'll fit. See, even this one, if you have lots of laminated sheets that's offcuts, you can create, add your favorite washi tape around it, and then you can also have your washi on the go. So see, recycle, repurpose. But as a homeschooling mum in a homeschooling household, we do laminate a lot of our learning material. So I have a lot of these offcuts. So I save them, and then what I do, I just have, these are the laminating pouches that I have. It's A4, and I think it's 80 microns, just a standard one. And then what I do, let me see if I can see inside, any of the offcuts, I just keep it in there. And then I did have some here. Now I can't find it. See? Some laminated ones already. And then when I need some more, I just cut them to size. If you are on Instagram, say hello. How are you? Make sure you say hi there. And I can put up your comment on screen, so I'd love to see who is here today and where you are tuning in from. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recycle all of this. I'm going to take these off, clear my desk, so then I have a nice clear desk, and we're going to relabel my morning routine task card. So again, for those of you just tuning in, I'm going to make new labels for my morning routine. So mood log, writing down my mood for the day, meditate, read, learn, work out, have my breakfast, engage or create my content on my social platform, and my morning skincare. Now you probably ask, why do I need a task card? Why do I need to prompt? Why can't I just do it? The reason is, all right, so your brain is not supposed to remember everything, all right? It's there to be creative, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so then we can see it a little bit better. It's supposed to have enough room for all the creative stuff, not to remember the mundane. And if you have a new morning routine, then a task card like this will help prompt you on what to do next. So, and then each of the habit or routine that you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, each of the habit and routine you have is a trigger, is a cue for you to do the next thing. So you want to be able to do habits and routines that naturally lead on to the next thing. All right, whoops, there we go. And the last one, so you can buy any of these sticky note flags. I think these ones I bought from Daiso here in Australia, but I think there's Daisos around the world. So, but any of your local stationery shops or variety stores, any sticky note flags will do. So of course, depending on the thickness of the sticky note flags is how many you can fit in your task card. All right, actually, sorry, I'm going to zoom out a bit because I just realized that on YouTube you will have the comments coming up here. Well, hello, Warrior Raina. Warrior Raina says that she's a visual person who does best when things are listed, tracked, and marked and checked off. Exactly. Me too. Wow. I wonder why that's not showing up on my um, comment on my screen. So here we go. All I'm doing is I'm just the pedantic and maybe I don't want to say perfectionist in me anymore because I can't have that as an excuse all the time. But I do like to have things all lined up, evenly spaced, and everything. So I do see your comment, Warrior Raina. So Warrior Raina says on Instagram, she's a visual person who does best when things are listed, tracked, and marked and checked off. Yes, and visually as well. By having things visual, you retain the information a lot more because you're seeing it pretty much. You're seeing it, you're reading it, and then your brain has to process what it is, more than once, right? So here I have my new sticky note flags. I'm going to label them. Today I'm using my Dymo Letra Tag label maker, and inside it has the clear cartridge for the clear tape, so you can get different type of cartridges. I do have my Amazon affiliate link in the YouTube description. You can also have, I think you can also have a cartridge tape that is washable, so it's great if you want to put the kids name on their clothes for school. And we're going to turn it on. Okay, so I have an old label there already. I'm just going to delete that, so the backspace button. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type out all of this all in one go. The reason why is if you type it one at a time and then cut it one at a time, it's going to leave like a margin at the beginning and end of the tape. And so in between each task, I'm just going to press the space bar twice. So then it leaves me a little bit of gap so I can cut it in between. So here, a mood log, I'm going to see if I can do it this way. Meditate, no, I can't. I can't type with one. Meditate, I'll show you, meditate. Okay, 2 spaces, so then that way it leaves a gap. Read, space. I'm going to insert a character or a symbol. So I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to look for a backslash or a forward slash. Forward slash, where are you? There it is. Oh, I went too far. Where is it? There it is, and then press OK. So I've got read space learn. So I can either read my book on my Kindle or learn my online course, work out, have my breakfast. And you probably go, why do you need a prompt to have breakfast, Marianne? Because sometimes I forget to have breakfast. Sometimes I don't eat, or I eat too late and then wonder why I'm all cranky in the morning. Engage, content, what else? Engage content, and then AM skincare. And same thing again. Don't come at me, please. I'm not, I'm not that disciplined with my morning skincare, because I don't wear makeup much now when I'm at home. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, your skin's okay, but no, I've got to make sure I look after my skin. Claire said, it's fine, can see everything. Wonderful, wonderful. If you are just tuning in, whether on Instagram or on YouTube, please let me know where you are tuning in from, and whether you're new here. And also, if you are on YouTube, I think there'll be 3 dots up here where if you press the three dots on the top right hand corner, that is where you will find the description, as well as, you know, make sure to like this live stream. Okay, so I have created all the different labels that I have for my morning routine. Here we go. This is in the order that I want to do them in the morning. The old one that I had, they were all over the place, and of course this is a different font because it was a different label maker and I had run out of the clear tape, so I had to create new ones for all of them. So once you've created, whether on a Dymo Electrotag label maker or any type of label maker that you have, press print. So this one, it'll print and it'll come out of there. Now some label makers, you can create the labels one on top of the other, so then that way you can save up on your clear tape. You know, you don't have to have the long one. This one is only a one-liner, and so yeah, I wish I could write two lines of labels, but it doesn't. And then here is the pair of scissors that you can cut it, and let's put that aside. And here we are with all of the labels for my morning routine. Okay, and see how I said at the beginning of the printout and at the end it has the quite a bit of margin. So if you didn't want to waste, you know, your clear tape, because, you know, the clear tapes can get a little bit expensive, you will want to make sure, try and label as many things as possible, so then that way you can have it one after the other, and then you can save up on your tape. Now what I'm going to do, because I am going to put it on my sticky note flags and I want it to fit beautifully, just like these old ones that I have here, I'm going to cut the excess tape top and bottom. So I'm going to just do all of that in one go. And yes, it will make the tape a lot smaller and therefore harder to remove the backing, but you know, easier to do, cut it when the backing is on it than trying to cut it when the backing is off, and then it becomes quite sticky, and then you're touching the sticky label, and then it you know, you're making the sticky bit of it not as sticky. Warrior, why is it? Oh, I wonder why it's not coming up. All comments. I thought the Warrior Rainer, we are allowed to reward ourselves with aesthetically pleasing planners, agendas, and or journals. We can be creative with stickers, highlighters, labels, and stickies. Correct. You know why we are allowed to? Because if it's something that brings us joy, it is something that we will do more often than not. And with different things in the world now, with, you know, sometimes when we are online, we see lots of trolls and we see lots of negative stuff. If we know these activities like planning, stationery, playing with our, setting up our planners is going to bring us joy, then do it. Right, so this is our, maybe for those who love golfing, for those who love fishing, for those who love gardening, this is our joy. And the things that bring us joy is playing with our stationery. I love that. I love that, Raina, so much so. We have Sarah on Instagram. Where do I find the scissors like those? Now, Sarah, if you're watching on Instagram, later if you go to my bio, I do have my Amazon storefront, but there it is. This is the plus pen style twiggy scissors, so it's like a pen style, see, and it's really good because then you can pop it in your pencil case, and then you remove the lid, and here, where is it, here, if you pop that down, oh no, up, and then that's when you can release it. See, pop it in there, and it comes in different colors as well. Great question. I love it. Yeah, so I do have my Amazon storefront, both the US one. I don't know if I've got this in my Australian store one, but you can find it there. All right, let's go have a look at our list so we know exactly what order we're going to put them on. Now, I will let you know after how I use these prompt flags as to remind me of my morning routine. So there are a few different ways that you can use this for your own planning and planners. So the first one is the mood log. So where is my mood log? Okay, there it is. Now the backing of the tape is separated in two in the middle. So then if you just peel one side, las cosas, let me say, las cosas de fortuna says I have the same scissors. Aren't they fabulous? Because then you don't have to worry about them opening up in your pencil case or stabbing you. All right, so there it is. I've got my mood log, and I'm going to pop that as the first thing I do in the morning. So writing down your mood first thing in the morning will help you figure out, how you're feeling for the day. So write down how I feel and write down why you feel that way. If you are feeling great, fantastic, then you can write and celebrate what it is that makes you feel great. If you're having a pretty, crappy start to your morning, write down why. Now, don't judge your emotions in the morning. It's neither good nor bad, okay? All it is a messaging system to yourself that, hey, you're feeling sad. Hey, you're feeling frustrated. Hey, you're feeling excited. Hey, you're feeling happy. Hey, you're feeling nervous, right? Why? Because of this. So, by not judging it, you are really just having, it's sort of like you're investigating. Why am I feeling this way in the morning? All right. So by meditating, if and when you aren't feeling as good, you can plan for the day. What is it that I can do to make the day feel better or improve on the day or keep going with that happy emotion, right? So you are planning ahead on what to do. So you're being proactive rather than reactive, because trust me, when I don't acknowledge my feelings on how I am in the morning and I just lash out, and my poor sons, I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old, and my husband is like, oh, mom's hungry. My husband's going, have you eaten? And we're like, oh, no, I haven't. All right. So by knowing that, you know what, I'm feeling really frustrated today because of something that happened yesterday. Okay, so what do I need to do? Maybe not put too much on my plate, or make sure I am taking my breaks. And then that way you are having a contingency plan, or you are planning ahead on what to do. And then also, as part of your mood log in the morning, it's good to write down what you are grateful for, because then finding something positive and what you're thankful for will help that positive affirmation and, replace the negative thinking. And then the next thing I have is meditate. So meditate, I just use the Headspace app because it's a guided meditation, so I don't have to figure out myself what I need to do to be mindful. So mindfulness is really just about being in the present moment, and just not worrying about the past or worrying about the future, and just focusing on something right now. And that's why breathing is an easy thing that you can focus on, because then you breathe in, you breathe out, right? Raina says, my son has ADHD and autism. He very much loves all things stationary. We have found making visual routines is a great way he can focus, try to stay on task, and motivate himself and to accomplish tasks. Same with my younger son. So my younger son is 15. He will be 16 at the end of this month, and he is on the autism spectrum. And yeah, he loves making lists. So we have like, the great thing is, so for my personal size planner that I go and trim, like I print my personal size planner on A4 size paper. So I do have to trim a bit of the edge. The great thing is the offcuts I keep them all and pop them in his drawer, homeschool drawer, and in the morning he writes down all his lists, right? Today we're going to go for a walk around this park, and today we're going to have PE with dad. Today I'm going to visit on the weekend. So he writes all these lists, and all these things I have actually learned to do for myself because of how I see my son needing routine, needing consistency, having that repetitive nature. And that takes away the guessing game. You know, what do I supposed to do today? Well, if you've got a prompt like a task card like this to remind you of what to do next, you don't have to try and use up your brain power to try and figure it out, because all you got to do is like, oh, okay, next I got to go read and learn. Okay, next I got to go read my book. Right, and so that means that you can do the things that you have said you're going to do. So I do all this, the mood log, the meditation, the reading, to help get that balance. You know, for reading and learning is for my mental well-being and making sure I'm keeping, you know, learning new things, whether it's for my content creation, whether it's for, you know, helping my son manage his emotions, manage his sensory processing needs, or whatever it is, right? So whatever it is you want to or need to learn, that keeps your neuroplasticity. Right, so remember, I'll be 50 next month. Back in my day, and I think they still say it, right, that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's wrong. You can still learn regardless of how old you are, right? So there have been research and studies about your brain, the neuroplasticity. So plasticity means, you know, being pliable. You can be manipulated. So if you say to yourself, oh, I'm too old to learn that, wrong, 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 wrong. You know, unless there are things, there are limitations. Maybe I can't be a gymnast now, an Olympic gymnast, but I can still learn how to tumble and do cartwheels. Maybe the good old joints may not be may not be up to it, but it's really important to keep your brain active, and you can do that by reading or learning something you enjoy. Now, the reason why I had to redo my do-it-yourself task card is because I had actually left workout sort of later to the, you know, towards the end of the day, or in the afternoon, or after lunch, or before dinner, and I kept finding myself not doing it because guess what? I don't have the energy anymore. I have discovered that I have more energy in the morning, so then I try and do tasks that are either a little bit harder to do, or the ones that that I know will help me mentally, spiritually, physically, that'll help motivate me, boost up my mood. So I try and do this. So you might find that you have more energy in the afternoon. So these might not be morning routines for you. These might be afternoon or evening routines. So know yourself well enough to know, you know, when are you at your best. So when you are at your best, do the things that maybe aren't as desirable, or the things you know will help boost your mood, will help motivate you. Okay, so then the next one on my morning routine is engaging or creating content for my Instagram, whether that's a reel, a post, or on YouTube. Because what I used to do is I used to go and do my creating content on Instagram first thing in the morning. You know, oh, I got to post something up because that's when everyone is up, and so I don't want to miss. I don't want to go and miss, you know, the opportunity to go and post something. And so then what happens is I take up a lot of my time, and then by the time, you know, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I forget to do all these things, or I push these things aside, and then of course my day is out of whack. And so now I use that as actually my little reward. You know, when you do all these stuff, then that's when you can engage in the your social media platform. So it's my little, it's like that's when you can see who said hello to you the night before, or who made a comment on your Instagram post, or who has emailed you. So then that is my little reward that I give myself, that I get to play after I have done all these things. All right, so the next one I have is breakfast. Like I said, who needs a reminder to have breakfast? Me. Because it's not that I don't eat breakfast, it's that I don't eat at a time that is optimum, so then I don't become hangry. And hangry mum is not a nice mum. You know, it's like something that would normally not bother me will, suddenly bug me. And then at the end of my morning routine, I will have my AM skincare. Can you see me sweating? I am sweating here. I am here in Sydney, Australia, and December is the start of our summer season. And I think my handheld fan is not working hard enough. So what I did is I also then bought myself just this fan from, this is again from Daiso, and so help cool me down. And I'm sure I am going through perimenopause, and so I am hot flushes, I mean, it looks like I'm glowing, but no, it's sweating. So I want to make sure that I'm not too shiny. Um, uh, Great idea. Thank you. All right. So, okay, I've cooled down a bit. We're ready to get going again. Okay, so look, Mom, look what I've made. I made a do-it-yourself task card with all my morning routine. Again, this idea was inspired by Maddie Plants on Instagram, so make sure you check her out. And so here's the way that you would use them. So let me clear my desk. I'm just going to get rid of all the other things on here. Whoop. I can now get rid of this because I have made the new one. Again, for those of you just tuning in, I just updated my morning routine task card. This is from an offcut of a laminated sheet that I had. You can also use, if you like, any packaging plastic sheet that is going to be sturdy enough, so then that way it's not too flimsy. You can also use beautiful printed cardstock if you have beautiful printed cardstock. And then these are sticky note flags, so you can get these ones in a variety of colors, as well as different thickness. So here's another one that's a little bit, see, it's a little bit thicker. So if you only have a few task cards or a few prompts that you need reminding, then you can use the wider flags. And again, it doesn't have to be just with your morning routine. So if you have work and you have, let's see, what example can I have? I used to be in customer service over the phone, or I used to be an account manager. So if you have in your day the things you need to check, maybe go and review my KPIs, review my call logs, review my stats, all these different things that you need to for work, to save you from trying to remember all the different tasks you're supposed to do. You can create yourself pretty colorful task cards to help prompt you on what to do next. And then that way, right, this is when the task cards come in real handy. If and when, most of the time when the day goes all over the place, an emergency come up, something else comes up that wrecks your well-planned day, you can then rely on your task card to bring you back in line, right? Oh yeah, what is it again that I'm supposed to do? Okay, all right, well, I've done my meditation. Now got to go read and learn. Okay, go read and learn. Oh, I'm running out of time. Okay, maybe just read and learn for 5 minutes instead of the 10, 15. Okay. Oh, I don't have time to do a workout. Maybe just a quick 10-star jumps. All right. So it helps you course correct if and when your day, is disrupted. It's a really great form of a reminder of what to do next when you are feeling a little bit out of whack. Hello, Sarah. I work in applied behavioral analysis and work with kiddos age 2 to 6 who have autism. The majority of the kiddos I work with utilize and thrive from using visual schedules. Yes, for us over here, we have I don't know why it doesn't show my Instagram, the Instagram, what do you call it? Comments, but I am reading it. So Sarah says, yeah, visual schedules are wonderful for those on the autism spectrum, because this is more of my experience is my son has trouble with inference. So inference is being able to visualize something that is not there. So, I'm trying to think of what will happen next when it's not obvious. So let's say if you see there's a story and, two kids are playing, throwing ball, and then, you see, because it's a still picture, maybe the other person is about to throw the ball. Inference is learning from previous behavior or previous experience that when that child throws the ball to the other child, then the ball will fly and hopefully the other kid throws it. So if I ask my son what will happen next, he has a difficulty trying to figure out or infer what will happen because it's not visible. And that is why visual schedules and prompt cards like these are so important. And when we are in a fight, flight, or freeze mode, all we want to do is run away, fight someone, or freeze. Our brain shuts down because that's what it's about to do, is one of those three things. So then we can't figure out what to do next, or we can't figure out what's the next thing to do. And that is when do-it-yourself task cards help. And this is how it has helped me try and figure out my day, because most of the time, in the past, I'm working very hard at it, is I'm anxious. So when you're anxious, your nervous system saying, hey, there's something that we have to run away from or fearful of, and then my brain will shut down. And that's when task cards like this, visual prompts, help me so much in trying to figure out what do I do next. So now, but I have to trust that I go to it and help me figure out what to do next. Okay, so how do I use it in my planning? Again, let's get the fan out because it's getting really warm. Okay, so let me quickly have a look at Instagram. So Raina says, as long as we are alive and willing, there's new things to learn every day. Exactly. That was one about, you're never too old to learn new things. Exactly. Raina, it's such a terrific way to declutter our brain. Exactly, because our brain is not meant to remember these things. Remember, our brain is actually, they say, still, built for caveman days, is to hunt, gather, not get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. It's, with all these new things that scrolling, technology, all these things that's disrupting it, right? It's not meant for that. So let me show you how a couple of ways you would use this. So for me, I have this in my personal size planner. So this is a personal size Filofax pop organizer in berry. And then this is a Filofax brand card holder, but I'm sure you can get similar ones, and then so I just keep that. So it's supposed to be for like business cards and your card, credit cards and things like that, but I use it to house my many different task cards. So I have my AM routine, I have my midday routine. All right, so I don't have to try and remember what it is I'm supposed to do next, because I will rely on these prompt cards to help me. I have my PM routine. Now it's stuck in there. The other things I have in there I check my planner for the week, the different things I need to check off to make sure I'm not missing out on any task. I have my Instagram post task card and some ideas on, what type of self-care to plan ahead. So then I'm making sure that I am looking after myself and taking time off. That way it avoids getting burnt out. So let's have a look at how I would use the routine task card. So the way I use it now is because I do planning, on a regular basis. I have this, I don't know if you can see. I don't have another camera connected. I don't think, no. Right, so I have it on my desk. So it's sitting on my desk, and it's, let me see if I can take this off. So I have this little block. So this one is from Minimal Desk Planner. And so it has two ridges that you can have a pen, and then this back bit they have task cards and habit trackers you can purchase, but I use it to house my whatever task card I'm using for that time of the day. And so I just look at it. I'm going, okay, what's the next thing, Marianne? Okay, have you logged your mood? Okay, do that. Have you meditated? Okay, do that. Okay, what's next? Have you done your reading or your learning? Okay, do that. What's next? Workout? Okay, until I get better at it, until it becomes such a habit that now I know exactly what to do one after the other, then this is when it comes in handy. Okay, so you can have it, so just as a prompt card that you have sitting on your desk. You can have it next to you, next to your planner. You can have it with a, a little magnet and put it on your screen if your screen is magnetized. Or what you can do is, if you have your planner, more so I use the task card in this way, more so when it's my cleaning list. So instead of having to write, let's say today is Thursday here in Sydney, Australia, I'm going to use a pencil. So let's say it is Thursday, December 5th. Okay, so I know I haven't been doing my mood log, so I'm going to write on here. Maybe I'll write at 6 o'clock my AM routine. Okay, so AM routine. So I know for me, check my AM routine card. But if you know that, hey, you don't do workout enough, you need to have reminders, you can actually then take off the actual sticky note flag and pop it on your planner page, and you can have the flag sticking out. So then if you do close it, you go, oh, what's that sticky note flag for? Oh, workout. Oh, I'm supposed to do my workout. I better do my workout. Okay, so that's one way that you can put it there. Saves you from writing it over and over and over again. However, I still recommend writing it all down all the time, because when you write things down, you retain the information more, because you think it, you tell your hand to write it, you're reading it while you're writing it, and then you read it, and then it goes back into your brain. Okay, so really, really important. Let's quickly have a look at the chat. Where are we? The Paper Brick Road. This was so much fun and very informative. I'm sad to be tired to have to go, but I'm happy I caught you. I'm so glad you're here too. I hope to catch your future live streams too. Thank you so much. I love you being here. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. All right, so then that's one of the other ways, is you can take it off your task card and put it actually on your planner page. I don't do that because then I have a desk space that I can just have it sitting on the desk. So then I get reminded of what to do next. So there we go. So it's really, really important that morning routine. You don't have to have, all these stuff to get a good morning routine. Start off with one or two things that is important to you, that you want to do more of, that is beneficial for you. So if it's something, you have a goal that you want to read more, maybe the morning is a great time for you to read. 5 minutes, read 2 pages of your Kindle or your physical book. Or if you know you need to add movement into your day, just like I need to, right? That's then do 5 minutes, or just get outside and walk around the block, walk around your house, get some sunshine. So figure out what it is that you know is important to you, that you know is beneficial for your well-being, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, maybe, you know, when you're eating your breakfast, not have the phone there. I'm guilty of, you know, eating and watching my phone. So maybe that's something I'll be do a lot better in. Okay, so morning routine is really, really important. Your morning set up the success of your day. All right, so like anything else, your morning is a great foundation, great start to your day. So even if and when it doesn't, you don't have a great start, you can establish a good start by creating morning routines like this. So really, really important. All right, so a recap of where we were. Make sure I've got so much of everything. Okay. Do it yourself task card from laminated sheets. So if you use a lot of laminating sheet, hold on to your offcuts. I cut it to a credit card size, so grab one of your store cards, credit cards, or license. Make sure it's the same width. Grab your pair of scissors, round off the corners so you don't stab yourself, because you know these plastic sheetings can be really, really sharp. Okay. Planarets assemble, finally made alive. Hello, Steph. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here so much. I miss you a lot. Okay. And then I use sticky note flags. See all my all the previous ones. Sticky note flags. You can get different colors, different widths, depending on how many prompts or tasks that you want to put on your card. Will depend on the width of it will depend on how many. So of course the thicker ones you can only fit in a few. All right, I use my Dymo letter tag label maker. If you are on YouTube watching there, it is in the description below. If you are watching on Instagram, just go to my bio and check out my Amazon US storefront, Dymo letter tag label maker. It has the clear tape. So I do like the clear tape, because then you don't, because if it's a white tape and if you're like me, I cut the excess, then you'll see it. And trust me, my cutting isn't as straight on a lot of these things. So clear tape is really good. You can use different type of label makers. I have many. Here I have the Make ID Q1. I've just run out of clear tape for it. The other label maker I have is the Nimbot B21. Again, I only have the white labels for it, but these are still fine, right? Your white labels are still fine. Cut it to size. I think I saw a comment on my YouTube. They actually love the white labels because it'll stand out more. But for my eyes and aesthetically for me, I do like the clear. And then of course it shows through the colorful sticky note flags. So I miss you. Yay, I miss you lots. I miss you heaps. I'm so happy you are here, and so happy to see your name here. All right, so here we go. Now if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you, over here there'll be 3 dots on the top right hand. Click on that. I'll wait. Did you click on it? Did you like this video? I hope so, because it really helps my channel a lot. And of course, if you are watching on Instagram, double tap. Is it still double tap? I don't know anymore with Instagram. Double tap to give me that love heart, okay, to say that you enjoyed this video. And of course, I will pop the replay. And if I do have time, I may go and edit it. But no, actually, go on my YouTube channel, because there is the full tutorial on how I made this. Thank you so much, Elle. I do appreciate you. Woo, 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 woo. And lots of hearts indeed. Steph, One Pound Fish says, those tabs are so helpful. I use them for work tasks. See? Work tasks, right? So really important. Save yourself from trying to remember it all. You know, we got enough things going on in our brain to try and remember all these different tasks. Help yourself out by creating these task cards that you can pop into your planner. All right, so I'm going to bid you, my lovely Instagrammers, goodbye. And so, of course, on YouTube, thank you so much for watching.